You mentioned military, and I think a lot of people, when they see you and they see your background, would be surprised when I think you were on the RT, on your show on RT, and Russia invaded Ukraine, and I think you stopped like during the episode and said, "I do not support this war." And I think you surprised a lot of people. Can you talk about why you said that and how you feel about war, having even experienced it as a young man?
Well, I'm as anti-war as you can get today because wars solve nothing. When the war is over, nothing is accomplished from them. Look at all the wars we've been in lately. What have we accomplished other than spend trillions of dollars and accomplish nothing? And you know why they don't have me on TV in America? Because here's a question I'll ask. I will ask this question. What is the difference between Russia's invasion of Ukraine and our invasion of Iraq? What's the difference? They were both done for the same thing, regime change. The Russians wanted to govern Ukraine. We wanted Saddam Hussein and his ilk out and establish a new government. The only difference, and then it was based upon lies, weapons of mass destruction, ties to Al Qaeda. There was none of that. A complete lying, and we were lied to in the Vietnam War, the Gulf of Tonkin incident, another lie. They lied to put you in war. That's why. I'll give it to you this way too. I came home from school as a teenager. And as I said about my father, 6 bronze battle stars, World War II, I walked in the house one day and told him, "Dad, we got to fight in Vietnam. We got to stop the domino effect of communism." My dad looked at me and you know what he said to me? He goes, "Is that what they're teaching you in school?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard." Now here I am. I respected my teachers. I didn't have a bad experience in school. And here's my father telling me they're bullshitting me. Whoa, wait a minute here. My dad looked at me and says, "We're not over there to stop communism." He said, "You want to know why we're in Vietnam?" I said, "Tell me, Dad, why are we there?" He said, "We're there because somebody's making big money." Well, I was fortunate. I went over and got to come back and my dad was still alive. I got to walk up to my dad, hug him, and say, "Dad, you were right." And my dad looked at me with a tear in his eye and said, "Well, son, sometimes I tried to save you, but you got to learn the hard way."
Wow. Wow.
And so I'm anti-war. There is no justification for these wars, none whatsoever. I can't figure out why we fight them. I mean, the Iraq war, that was allegedly for revenge on 9/11. I thought that's what Afghanistan was. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Why were they involved?
How do most Americans feel about this war in Ukraine right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Most of them support it.
Yeah.
You mean Ukraine and I do too, because here's my position and why I came out against it, because I don't care. I know all the stuff that, NATO was pushing in on Russia and that has Putin upset and this, that, and whatever. But there is no reason on this earth that can justify Putin invading that country and the killing that is going on there right now. There is no excuse he can give me that justifies what's happening there.
You met the man. He walked across a room to shake your hand.
Yes.
What was he like?
I can't figure out the guy I met and the guy who's there now. And by the way, I was taken off the air because of the U.S. sanctions. Russia didn't take me off.
Right.
It was the U.S. sanctions that caused RT to go bankrupt. They couldn't use the banks and they couldn't do anything, so they had to declare bankruptcy, and I lost my job. Do you know that? Let me tell you this story. That's the second job I've lost because of war. You want to hear the first one?
What was that?
The first one is when I came out of office as governor. I was the hottest commodity out there. MSNBC, Fox, and CNN got in a bidding war for me. MSNBC won. I'm supposed to have Rachel Maddow's spot, but I don't. You want to know why? Because I was against the invasion of Iraq. They were building up my show. We're getting ready to go on the air in 2003, and we got a phone call. And the phone call went to one of my subordinates like this: "Is it true Governor Ventura doesn't support the invasion of Iraq?" My subordinate said, "No, he's vehemently opposed. He's a Vietnam veteran." He said, "This is Vietnam all over again. No way should we be going into Iraq." Second question, does Connecticut know about this? Well, you had to do your homework. MSNBC at the time was owned, the MS stood for Microsoft, and NBC was owned by General Electric, who's a massive war contractor. They stood to make unbelievably big money with the Iraq war. Then they got to question number 3, the big one. They said, "Is there any chance he changes mind?" And my subordinate said, "I don't think so." He said, "I've seen the governor change his mind, but only when he was ignorant on something and he became read up on it, became more intelligent. He may take a different viewpoint then. But this is war. It has nothing to do with being a governor. He's a veteran. He's opposed. No, he ain't going to change his mind." Well, guess what happened? I wasn't allowed on the air, and they paid me all 3 years, but I couldn't do any cable shows and I couldn't do any news shows because I was under contract. They stifled me. And they also did it. They had just brought back Phil Donahue from daytime. Phil was their highest rated show. Phil likewise opposed the invasion of Iraq. They pulled Phil. Have you ever heard of a network pulling their highest rated show?
No.
Never.
No. Wow.
That's what went on. That's why I want you Brits to know that, and I want Americans to know what went on prior to the Iraq war. There was nobody here allowed on TV to speak out against it. And they made sure of it.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year is going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?